Good evening, YouTubers. This is your zip code Farik. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code here at the ZCF Studios in Southern California on this Sunday, June 21st, Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, even though I'm not one myself. And mine passed away, but I did my own remembrance today. Today's zip code is still in the state of Pennsylvania, 16214, Clarion, Pennsylvania. It's about 78 miles northeast of Pittsburgh, so not really close to that. It's 113 miles or so driving distance to Erie, which is on Lake Erie, so even farther away. I think as the crow flies, it's a little bit shorter because to get from Clarion to Erie requires you go more or less form the two parts of a triangle, but the diagonal is actually the part between Clarion and Erie. Clarion was called Clarion because of the river that flows through the community, which sounded like a clarion call, the high register of the trumpet, as it flows through its channel. And on some relatively level land, as much as possible, the settlement started. Around 1839, it was incorporated in 1841. It relied on the industries of natural gas, oil, lumber, and coal to sustain itself, and to some degree that still goes on today. It's more tourism and academia these days, though, because Penn West Clarion is here, and it's a big-sized college town, which would explain the poverty rate being a little higher than Pennsylvania's. Pennsylvania's is 11.6. Actually, in this area, it's almost twice as much, really, 21.5 students. 88.4% white, 5.4% black, 3.4% Hispanic. That's your top three right there. At about almost 1,500 feet above sea level. It is known for being right near the Cook Forest State Park, which is old-growth forest known as the Black Forest in its area. Stands of white pine, stands of hemlock, the conifer, cone-bearing plants that don't lose their needles during fall, and they stay green all year round. Looked like a beautiful place when I looked at it on the pictures. 49.2 square miles is the area covered by the 16214, 7,950 people here as of 2026. The settlement itself has somewhat less, but the zip code covers more than just the borough. Covers other areas, houses that are not part of the borough, too. And the echoing sound of the Clarion River coming through here brings to mind a famous person from here. There are a number of those, but the one I chose to talk about for this short segment is a man by the name of Ernest Skinner, born in 1866, died in 1960, had a nice long life. He was a pipe organ builder, had his own pipe organ company. He was born and raised here. Unitarian, so not exactly, I wouldn't see eye to eye with him on spiritual beliefs, but he was an organ builder for all sorts of churches and community centers and colleges. Oberlin College was one of the hundreds that his company built. Oberlin there in Ohio, among others. And lots of churches on the East Coast and in the Ohio and Pennsylvania and just up and down there were built by his company. He wrote books on organ music and improvisation and tone as well. Clarion, I'm sure the clarion sound was one of the sounds that his organs made. He was deeply into the orchestral sound on his organs, and his organs started falling out of favor during the 30s, around the Depression time. Most folks wanted more of a classical organ sound, whereas he liked having his make orchestral sound effects. Everything from the clarion called the trumpet to, say, the contrabassoon to whatever else in between as far as registers. And you can do that. You can get keyboards that will make those sounds for you these days, but he made organs that did that too, and wouldn't mind living to hear it. Wouldn't mind hearing it, sorry. So Ernest Skinner was born and raised here, and he didn't stay here very long, but this was part of where he came from, and I thought the river sound tied very nicely into what he ended up doing. As far as weather, right now it's 67 degrees and cloudy with a low of 57 tonight. Monday, high of 68, low of 55, thunderstorms. Tuesday, high of 75, low of 51, partly cloudy. Wednesday, high of 77, low of 57, sunny. And rain's coming back on Friday. So enjoy what you can, people in Clarion at the 16214 zip code. If you like, hit like, leave a comment in the comment section below. Oh, by the way, One more thing. Medium household income is $57,521, and the house value here is around 233K. So if you're looking for a deal, or you're trying to get out of the rat race of the urban areas, this may be the place. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.